Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's Cam. It's 5:30 in the morning here, hour before the open on Monday, March 29th. And let's talk some stocks. To recap, just stocks that are moving from the 5 videos I made this weekend, one on NFTs, AMC, Gamestop, Cannabis, Bitcoin, and crypto. So NFTs are up this morning, and we'll look at that first here. So DLPN is what's on the screen. DLPN got a price target increase from $10 to $28. So you can see this morning made a pretty significant run, 11.5, poked all the way up to 16.5. Now we're pulling back, basing around 15 bucks on this 9 EMA. So we'll look to see if that area can hold here in pre-market. You do see we do have quite a bit of consolidation there from Friday, and a lot of volume based on this 5-minute chart. If you just hop out to the daily, you see we have pulled back from its large move, but it's pretty nice that somebody did the price target increase, right? So this could change this downward momentum, and typical play here. So on the daily candle still, if you want to get really bullish, you want to break this candle at 1675. So that area is looking like resistance from pre-market. But with that, so TCAT, HOV, WiseKey, ZKIN are also up this morning. Less than 10%, but these things can move very quickly, being many of them low float stocks. So AMC and GameStop both were up a little bit, but GameStop right now is kind of pulling back. You see pretty big sell-off here in the last couple of minutes. Well, I mean, it's about 15 minutes because it's a 5-minute chart, but pulling back a little bit. So now we're below Friday's close, excuse me. But we'll look to see if we can find some support right here. As we see, we are starting to form a wick on the 5-minute chart. Buyers coming in about that 177, 178 level. AMC is basically falling. GameStop right now. Cannabis. So with the potential New York legalization, cannabis is slightly up this morning, right? So Aphria here, APHA closed 17.33. That pushed all the way up to 17.85. Now we're sitting about 17.5. Most cannabis stocks are up slightly this morning, but looking green as we move into the open. Then we'll look at EVs. So EVs, most of them are still downtrending. So Tesla pre-market, right? So we closed 16.18, got this basically a 20-point run into the close on Friday, along with the stock markets on the inflation news. You see we gapped lower initially, pushed back higher, ran into the 200 EMA on the 5-minute here, acting as overhead resistance, and then sold off. So we're sitting about 615 right now, so slightly in the red. And the bigger ones that are down are actually the Chinese EV play, so Li, XPEV, and Nio. So first here we'll look at Nio. So Nio, after I put out that video on EV yesterday, I read an article that NIO is actually shutting down one of their larger factories for this entire week because of the chip shortages. And you see here, similar kind of chart to Tesla, but still get that big push down right off the open, 1 a.m. But basically kind of forming a double bottom here around this 50 fib. Buyers come in, support it, pushes us back up, run into that 200 EMA once again, which we couldn't break through at the close of Friday. Pulls back, but now it looks like we're going to use this 50 EMA as support right here. So we're down to basically a buck from the close. So look to see if this level will hold going into the open. You see we do have quite a bit of volume here in the $35 area. So look to see if those EV plays hold. I still think that XPEV, so XPEV, talked about it being an inside bar on Friday. Right, we already poked through the close, or excuse me, not the close, but the low from Friday. And that is an inside bar type play. So if we get continued weakness, so just go to the daily, show I'm talking about, right? So if I put an alert right here at 31.08 from Friday, we go back to the 5-minute, right? We broke through that 31.08. So if we get weakness here into the open, I'm going to look to short this down. So it's going to be a play that I am going to be ready for. And then lastly, we'll look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin here took off here, within the last 6 hours. So the overnight session here, London, Japan open, but pretty typical. Bitcoin likes to move in those hours. So we had a lot of consolidation all throughout yesterday. Between the 56, we poked down to 54, kind of, you know, based back into the 55 and then took off. You know, these are hour candles, so 4 straight hours, big green candles, push us all the way up. We're sitting at 58K right now, and it'll take too long to change this chart. It takes forever to load, but there is a previous resistance up in this 58K range, so look to see if we can blow through that. But we are getting, you know, high volume down here. So we'll hop back to Thinkorswim, and so the crypto plays are up. The one that's up the largest is CAN, so Canaan Inc. You see basically double bottom at 16 going into close on Friday. Already pushed up, broke through 20.5, pulled back using 19.25 right now as a base, and looks like we're crawling back up to, you know, retest the $20 area here going into the open. If we go jump and look at the daily, all right, you can see pretty severe. Oh, come on, sell off the last couple weeks here on the daily, but buyers really came in and supported the $16 area. You see basically where we ran through pre-market, we poked through 20.5, 20.43 is where the 50% fib is, so that's looking like it is the overhead resistance area. So we'll look to see if we can break through that on either in the next, you know, 50 minutes of pre-market or at the open. As you do see, we do kind of have a less area of volume there, and we could also coincide with the running up to at least this 9 EMA going to the open. But with that, most of the other crypto plays are up. I don't know if 1 minute, but yeah, I think you can see here, like we go to RIOT trending up higher, right? Close at 48, sitting at 51, 73 right now. You know, so that's what, almost a 6% up, and could move pretty quickly, right? You see we here just on a 5-minute chart do have some consolidation around 53, 54. We break through that, we could move up pretty quickly on RIOT, and RIOT is a pretty quick mover, and you can see right there in the low 52s, basically where we touched in pre-market. We are touching those 9 EMAs, so we can break through that. We could run higher today. So a lot of action in pre-market. Let me know what you guys are looking at, and if you got anything for me, leave it down in the comments. I'll get back to you, and as always, we'll see you in the next one.